Welcome back to Algebra. Today we're going to talk about symbols for grouping 2.5. Remember that the order of operation is essential here. PEMDAS, as we've learned previously. Now the key to PEMDAS is that multiplication and division are done simultaneous from left to right, as well as addition and subtraction. Well, we want to focus in on the first one. We're talking about parentheses. There's different grouping symbols that we could use. We can use parentheses, brackets, or even braces. The key is to knowing the in brackets and braces, and we always start from the innermost part of the equation. Let's look at example number 1. Pretty straightforward. We only have one set of parentheses. So we go in, we take care of the operation inside the parentheses first. In this problem, we see that 5 plus 7 would equal 12. And I rewrite my equation. Okay, so I've taken care of my parentheses. Now I need to take care of multiplication and division from left to right. 2 plus, I have a multiplication 3 times 12. So it's going to be 2 plus 36 divided by 2. And if I continue from left to right, I see that I have a division coming up, so I have to do that next. So it's going to be 2 plus 18. Now you're welcome to put the parentheses around those operations to know or to remind you to take care of them. A little hint here that if you are doing division and you get some odd number like 4 divided by 6, that's probably a little bit more advanced than you'll find in Algebra 1 class, so you may want to have to verify that you haven't made a mistake somewhere or you're out of sequence. Alright, so now I'm down to addition and subtraction from left to right, and I have 2 plus 18. My solution is 20. I would suggest that you work through them each twice to make sure that, that you don't make any mistakes as you go through, and verify that you come up with the same answer at least 2 times. Alright, next example, it's a little bit more complicated. We have a set of parentheses and a set of brackets. And like I said, we're going to go to the innermost part first, where I'm going to get 3 plus 5, and we got 8. Okay, so now that we've taken care of that bracket, we're going to do everything inside the braces here. I have 2 plus 7 times 8 times 8, and then the minus 4 on the end. So what are we going to do first? It's going to be 2 and you can either connect them, and 7 times 8 is 56 times my other 8, and I'm adding 2 to it, and that's going to come out to a very large number of 448. And it is positive. Make sure you pay attention to your positive negative signs at all times. Alright, and now that is going to be 2 plus 448. And now we're finally done with our braces, and we're going to have 450 inside there. So it's going to be 9 minus 3 times 450 minus 4. Well, I still have braces here. I have multiplication going on, so I have 9 minus 3 times 450 is 1350 minus 4. I'm going to see that I have a very large negative number, and so I end up with a negative 1345. A problem like this, even though it's worth 1 point, lots of opportunities to make mistakes, so go back and double check your work. Make sure you leave lots of room to verify your answer, and then you can go back to easily see what steps you took to get to that final answer. Example number 3 is probably going to be the most challenging. You're given an expression and you have to insert the proper symbols to make it come out to the solution. The solution's a negative 50, so I have to put braces or brackets around and group these items together so it adds up to a negative 50. Now this is a trial and error system, so you're going to have to just keep plugging it in until you figure it out. So let's do the real simple one, which would be 24 divided by 4, which is 6, plus 8 times 3 minus 10. Now how can I get that to a negative? 6 plus 8 is 14 times 3. Okay, so if I put my parentheses around that, times 3 minus 10, what do we have here? We have 42 minus 3 minus 10. And I know right off the bat that's not going to add up to a negative 50. So I take my little eraser out, and we're going to, one of the reasons why we do all our math in pencil, and we know that that is not the proper grouping, so we're going to try another system. All right, well, we need a big negative number, so we need to be really working on that. How are we going to get a negative 50? Well, the only way to get a negative is by using this negative 10. So somehow I need to group that negative 10 in to get a real large number. Now, if I combined 8 and 3 and got 24, I still am not getting that close to that negative 50. So what I could do is I can put the grouping here. 3 minus 10 is a negative 7. And now I'm multiplying that times 8. Well, that gives me a negative 56. It's a little bit more manageable. I'm fairly close now. And now I know that I am 6 away from getting my final answer. And we know that 24 divided by 4 is 6. So 6 minus 56 truly does add up to a negative 50. So I know that's my solution. And so I'm going to go back and I'm going to clean up my formula or my algebraic expression and rewrite it. It's going to be 24 divided by 4 plus 8 times 3 minus 10, and that will equal a negative 50. So after you've worked it, I would then double check my answer and work that equation again like we did in example 1 or 2. All right, good luck with those odd problems, and make sure you check back to get those answers as well.